State lawmakers voted tonight to approve a bill that would strip away power from incoming Democrats Josh Stein and Jeff Jackson. It was part of a surprise measure rolled out this morning that never got a public hearing before the vote. It also makes big changes to voting laws that election officials say could lead to some votes not being counted. WRAL Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie is live at the Legislative Building with tonight's debate. Laura, election officials, the bill was only publicly available for less than 3 hours before the vote was taken.
Yeah, Ashley, it's hard to overstate how quickly this massive bill passed. It does set aside an additional $227 million for Helene disaster relief, but it also makes dozens of major policy changes as well.
The 131-page bill was said to be a Helene relief measure, but most of it has nothing to do with disaster response. Its main focus is on taking powers away from incoming elected Democrats and making sweeping changes to a long list of state agencies and regulations. Republicans say the reforms are needed, but Democratic leader Robert Reeves called it an abuse of power by the GOP majority.
Today is the biggest abuse I have seen since I've been here, and that is saying a lot. But this is a heck of an abuse because there is so much in this bill. It's going to be weeks before people figure out what's in this bill.
It also changes voting laws, giving election workers less than 3 days instead of 9 to research provisional ballots. Those are the type of ballots that gave Democrat Allison Riggs a small lead over Republican Jefferson Griffin in the state Supreme Court race. Democrat Lindsey Prather represents Asheville.
This is a transparent power grab pushed through by a supermajority that's not happy with the recent election results, and you're calling it a disaster relief bill. This is shameful, and Western North Carolina isn't going to stand for it.
In some ways, everything that this body does is in response to some election results.
Destin Hall is the incoming Republican House Speaker. The bill also takes oversight of the state elections board away from incoming Democratic Governor Josh Stein and gives it to incoming Republican state auditor Dave Bullock. Hall did not really explain why they made that choice.
It's something that, certainly always on our mind. I think it's brought into focus after this election because of the problems we've seen with our current state board.
Now, the state Republican Party has filed an election complaint against the State Board of Elections, saying it did not properly verify the citizenship of thousands of voters in years past. A federal judge dismissed a similar claim that was made before an election in a different lawsuit. This one likely to end up in court as well. In the meantime, the Senate takes up this bill tomorrow. Laura Leslie, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.